Do not buy the DJI Mic 2 transmitter that comes as a solo mic, just the mic. Okay, look, it's only 135 bucks Canadian. Sure, it comes in this nice pearl white finish, and it can record 32-bit float audio. The hardware can. Unfortunately, you gotta make deals with Jesus to make that work. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this calmly. If you buy this transmitter on its own, yes, it has the capability to record in 32-bit float audio. The big problem is that you need either the DJI Pocket 3, I believe that's what it's called, or you need the DJI receiver that comes with the pair of mics or the single mic. You cannot buy the receiver on its own. That is the only way to enable 32-bit float recording options on this microphone. And that's some gatekeeping bullshit. That is stupid. Okay, I'm gonna go over this and I'm going to fix this. I'm actually gonna fix this so that it works. And in full transparency, I didn't pay full price for this. If I did, I'd be freaking out. This is from an Amazon auction. Okay, I got this for way less than MSRP. The only thing it didn't come with the windscreen and the carrying pouch, but I got the USB cable and the magnet and the mic, which is all I really need. DJI, I'll make you a deal. I'll delete this video or amend it to reflect changes if you find a way to fix this. Because this practice of touting this microphone as a 32-bit audio recording microphone internally and not disclosing that you need the receiver on any of your product pages and any of your promotional material is absolutely terrible.
With 32-bit float internal recording, you don't have to worry about distortion.
I'm wearing the Mic 1 right now. Okay, so here's the Wireless Mic 1, which is capable of 24-bit recording at 48 kilohertz. That's the default setting on this, and there's no way to change it, even on Reddit. On Reddit, your customer support team is out there going, oh, well, unfortunately, if you only have the transmitter, you can't change the settings unless you have access to the receiver. We forwarded your feedback to our engineering team. Stop with the cop-outs, okay? It's stupid. It is so stupid. But here's the thing. We're gonna turn lemons into lemonade and we're gonna extract every last bit of value out of this thing in ways that you are not expecting. Stay tuned for that later in the video. I'm gonna do something that I'm not a fan of doing, okay? This is not something I like to do, but we're gonna do it anyway. Here's a brand new one, okay? I am not keeping this. I bought this strictly so I can change the settings on this thing. Because here's the thing, if you use the transmitter that's in here and you connect that to your camera to do the recording, it won't pass 32-bit float. So anyway, I bought this so I can pair this stupid thing to this stupid thing, so I can change the stupid settings and then pack it back up and send it back. And here's the thing, if you're in Canada and in the next like 3 weeks to a month, you see a used one on the Amazon store in really good condition, yeah, it's this one that I'm gonna unbox right now. This is turning lemons into lemonade. I do have one more thing that I wanna try with this, as long as I can actually change the settings on it to reflect 32-bit float recording. I don't have a jerry rig everything knife, so we're just gonna use these scissors. I'm gonna mark an X in the packaging. Okay, so if you grab this mic used off Amazon and you see the X on the side with the website, DJI.com, then you'll know that this came from me. So the first thing I'm noticing on opening the box, we have instructions, basically telling you that you need the receiver. We have silica gel, and then we have what looks like a much better upgraded pouch. This is much better than the original. This was the original pouch. And all they did was they put like this divider in the middle, if you can see that. And they just stuffed everything in there. But this actually has like compartments. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so you've got, looks like compartments for your windshields, more silica gel, sure, USB cable, cable itself, and then we have the mic case itself. Slowly take the sticker off and put you over here because, like I said, this thing's going back, so maybe I'll reapply the sticker. All right, here are the mics. And it looks like they have a decent charge on them at the moment. Before I continue, because this question I see all over the place. This is the original DJI case that came with the DJI Wireless Mic 1. Okay, now if you look in there, you're gonna see these pins. These original DJI mics, if you look at this carefully, you'll notice that on the new mic, which is the white one, the 4-pin layout is lower. Okay, so that's the first thing. So if you drop this mic into this case, it's not gonna charge, but also it is like a touch thicker. Like it's like snug trying to go in, and it's really snug to try to take out. So yeah, we're not gonna attempt that again. But anyway, let me put that to the side. All right, moment of truth. Pull this out. Here is our transmitter, and it's going through the setup. By the way, if I send this back to Amazon where I bought it, I will do a factory reset so you can go through this menu, as it were. Let's go into our receiver settings, link device. Relinking causes linked devices to be forgotten. Confirm. Okay, so to link this one, I have to turn it on, and now I hold this for 3 seconds, and it linked. Okay, let's fix this. So we'll go back in, transmitter settings, low cut. I'm gonna be using 32-bit float, and I do a lot of EQing after the fact, so I'm actually gonna turn that off. 32-bit float, turn you on. Noise reduction via button. I'm actually gonna disable this because I tend to use Final Cut's voice isolation, which I find to work really well. All right, so backing out to the main menu, if you look on the top left, you'll notice the 32BF, which stands for 32-bit float. Awesome. Okay, so let me turn this off. So now it should disconnect. Cool. We're gonna go in here, and it looks like this one is disconnected. Okay, so let's repair this one. All right, link device. All right, they both showed up. This is this receiver. This is this one. Turn this thing off. And you know what? For the lucky person who gets this off Amazon, I'm going to fully charge it for you. And now we are back to this thing. And if the settings held, this should now be 32-bit float enabled. Mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2. I'm gonna get really close to it and try to block this mic so it doesn't blow your ears out. Mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2. Now, if all went well, this is in 32-bit float. So let's bring out the MacBook. I've got my USB 3.2 Gen 2 cable here. On my desktop, we've got the device itself, which just comes up as a hard drive. And then we have the DJI test empty folder I made. So I'm gonna take this. The dates are hilarious. Recorded tomorrow at 7:47 a.m. Whatever. We'll paste that here, and it copied. Okay. So if 32-bit float is working, then we'll see when we go into Audition. If I bring this file in, the bit depth says 32-bit, and you'll see it's clipping to all hell, right? Turn this up. All right, let's actually play it. Good luck, everyone.
Mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2.
Okay, that is clipping. Now, if I were to bring this down, what you're gonna notice is it retained all the information.
Mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2.
That distortion is because I was almost like kissing the top of this mic. But here's the thing. So if we look at this waveform,
Mic check 1, 2.
it looks good, okay? Let me show you something. Hold on. So I'm gonna undo that. And what we're gonna do is we are actually going to convert this to 24-bit. Okay, so that is the format that this mic natively records at without having to, you know, take a couple $100 and go and order a DJI Wireless Mic 2 receiver and then change the settings and then send it back. Not angry. And now we're gonna save this as 24-bit version. Cool. Saved, close it, and let's bring our 24-bit version in. Okay, it looks the same, except if I pull this down, notice that this is all flat. 32-bit float allows insane amounts of headroom above 0 decibel. Okay, so if I were to play this back,
Mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2, mic.
it's clipping to all hell. Before I continue, I said I was going to talk about USB. I'm going to load Blackmagic speed test, and we are going to select this drive. Okay, so we've selected the DJI Wireless Mic. So there's our temp thing, but you'll notice the meter isn't moving. We're getting 75 megaseconds, 76, and then it looks like it just freezes. Like the progress bar, which is actually contained within the circle, is barely moving. iStat menus, it's not even showing anything moving. And if I hit this, the temp is still there. It's basically crashed. I'm gonna have to probably unsafely eject it. I can't delete the file. Nope, it's acting up. Here's a problem with this. They're using super cheap NAND memory. I can actually feel this thing's getting a little bit warm. Not that it's a big deal, but I don't like the fact that we're doing 32-bit float and we're trying to keep important audio on this thing, and DJI decides to charge a premium and put very, very crappy NAND memory in here. Oh, and look at this. I stopped it. I've got a beach ball, and if I go here, this temp file is not gone yet. And I've gone through this before, and the only way to get out of this... Oh, it got out. Of course, because I'm filming. It wouldn't be a Tech Mixer video if I didn't try something stupid. There is some potential having 32-bit float in a device like this. They sell a bunch of 32-bit audio recorders, like by Zoom and a bunch of other companies. They sell these devices that can record 32-bit float. To pull this off successfully, we're going to need a few things. First off, a microphone. This is my Sennheiser MKH416. Quite an awesome microphone, but it's XLR. So now the DJI mic, if you notice on the top, it's a 3.5 millimeter jack for a lav mic. So how are we going to make this work? We got to get a couple of things. Being that this is XLR, obviously we need an XLR cable. So I'll just put this on the table for a moment. And then to do the conversion, we have to go female XLR to 3.5 millimeter cable or jack. Now, this is an unbalanced cable. That is very important for this. But we have one more problem. For the astute audio people that are watching this, you know that this condenser mic requires what they call phantom power. This is a 48-volt phantom power supply. They make these in a bunch of different sizes and configurations. Like they have ones that like you can throw a battery in and just stick that in, and then it's like part of the microphone. And they even make ones with USB-C inputs to convert USB-C current to 48-volt phantom power. We're gonna go microphone into here, and then out of here into our DJI mic. One other thing is make sure this is off. I've heard reports of people damaging their microphones by just hot plugging it while it's getting 48-volt power, and there's been stories I've read about. Let's hook this up. Okay, this looks good. I'm gonna turn this on. So we've got a green light. One of the caveats that I'm gonna tell you about right away is that there's no VU meter. There's no way to tell that this is actually getting a signal. We're gonna YOLO this. So let's turn on our phantom power. Hilariously, this thing is metal and this is magnetic. So that'll work. All right, so if I press record, we have our red record light that's facing me, if you can see that. Currently, you're listening to the DJI Wireless 1. That's the one that I have pinned to me. I'm laved up with it. And then the Sennheiser is recording right now. So I'm going to switch to this one in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's the Sennheiser. As long as this is actually working, we are getting 32-bit float audio from the Sennheiser through this phantom power device adapted into the DJI mic. Okay, if it's working, let's see how 32-bit float sounds by screaming into this thing. Here goes nothing. Let's bring the clip in, and that is clipping to all hell, so let's bring it down. That'll work. Is this working really well? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stupid content like this where I try stupid things. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. Let's wrap up with some final thoughts. DJI, be better, okay? To update the firmware on this, you connect a USB-C cable to it and then send it to a computer, and then you use the package that they send you that you can download. Why can't you just make it where you can update the firmware on this thing to something where you plug it in, you build an app, you open set app, and then you literally go in and do the granular changes like enabling 32-bit float, getting rid of low cut, you know, all the stuff that's in the receiver. I think the fact that you have to buy this thing, you know, this receiver, to get all your settings is the most hideous gatekeeping thing I've heard of in a while. And I did not expect this from DJI. This is very disappointing because the 32-bit technology exists in this thing, and on none of your product pages, in all the fine print, none of it says that the DJI Mic 2 requires 32-bit float be enabled via the receiver. This is awful. At $135 Canadian, here's the Mic 1, okay, so same one I'm wearing here, okay? Out of the box, this thing is no different than this. They both do 24-bit at 48 kilohertz? Yeah. Ultimately, if you spend the money on this transmitter, you're essentially just burning your money. You might as well just buy the DJI Wireless Mic 1. I think that you can fix this, and I think that you can be better to your customers. And DJI, again, I really like you as a company, and I will upload a revised version of this video if you fix this, but I'm not co-signing that you buy this transmitter on its own by any means. If you like the deep dive stuff I'm doing on the channel, apparently this is like a thing I'm into. Check out this video in the corner where I compared autofocus on the camera that you're looking at right now, or looking through right now, the Panasonic S5 Mark II, testing the firmware 3.0 autofocus versus the 2.4 firmware autofocus. My name is Sean. This has been Tech Mixer, and I'm out. Peace.